Good afternoon and welcome back to the stream. I hope everybody is doing well today. I certainly am. Just had to go and fix a bunch of stuff and rearrange my entire desk because I changed where the microphone is attached and only realized now that it's in the way of where I reach to get my drink. So that's fun. We're back to more Anbennar today. Gonna continue the Gnomish hierarchy game, so let me switch right on over to that. I think I figured out what the end goal of this campaign is going to be. Because obviously I'm not going to play all the way through to 1821 for no good reason, right? Most campaigns don't go that long, and I'm not about to try for a world conquest. I think with 1579 and good chunks of the New World conquered, we'd have a shot at a world conquest. But that's a real mental task to go through, and not something I want to hop into when I wasn't prepared for it from the get-go. Is my game not properly on screen? It is. I'm glad I caught that before getting further into the stream. There we go. Cut off the button for some reason. I got a new computer, which is very nice, a better computer, but it has meant I've had to go through and fix all of my settings. I launched EU4 earlier to make sure that the game was working properly and realized that my map hotkeys had been reset, so I had to go through and fix that. And I'm not sure I got all of them back to what they were before. I think it's mostly the same, but I'm pretty sure I had something else bound to the political map, and it might have been the monuments map mode? But I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't matter too much anyway. But yes, the campaign itself. I know what the end goal is going to be. First, I want to finish going through the mission tree, which there's still a fair bit left to go here. I think the final missions require us to have conquered like most of the west here and good chunks of Garwood, which will be a good trial run for my personal end to the campaign. Once we've done the entire mission tree, finished all of this, gotten this, I want to switch all of the Artifice inventions over to Artificer combat ones, build full Doom stack of Artificer units, these ones, which we already have force limit of 100 of, and then just declare war on as many people as I can and see how it goes. I want to see if it's worth it, really. Are the Artificers that good? Do the inventions give them that many bonuses? How terrible of a scourge can the gnomes unleash upon the rest of the world? We do have a pretty good kind of final boss sitting over here in the command, with their currently 254,000 troops. That nation is absolutely ridiculous. Technically speaking, I'm #1 great power, with just under 1,000 dev, but that's mostly coming from my subjects. The command is 2,288 dev on their own, with a handful from subjects. Insane nation. We also have the Lake Federation. They're also a potential final boss. The Centaurs seem to be losing to them pretty severely. Oh yeah, that's for later. We'll see what the state of the world is at that point. It doesn't look like anyone's going to form a Phoenix Empire. The Catarata and the Stewardship are suffering as they do. The Jadari haven't managed to take this stuff, so I'm not sure they're doing too great either. With Valry, maybe. They have a lot of money for mercenaries. A lot of money. I'm pretty sure this is still the most valuable trade node at the moment. But yeah, we'll see. In the Serpent Spine, this pink I think means that Ofterlotten is winning. We'll see. For now, my immediate goal, let's have a look. We've got truces with a few people in the New World. And we have a coalition, right? That needs to be dealt with before anything else. Let's get this diplomat back and then see if there's anyone I can convince to sod off. We also have lots of stuff over here that needs coring. We're coring 2 provinces in this area. Oh, sandworms. Ooh, I love little details like that. That's fantastic. What is a fantasy giant desert without sandworms? Yeah, so I'm coring a couple provinces over here. Presumably, those will be enough to form whatever colonial nation goes here. No, 1, 2, and nothing else, and none of the rest of this is cored. So I need to save up a little and put another 3 in here, so that we get the colonial nation. Seizing land, sure. We can do that. We have a bit of money. Separatists, or here. That's not ideal. Can I persuade you not to? Okay, that was maybe a little bit loud. Again, lots of options need checking over because I've switched to a new machine. Okay, 10k. I've got some troops near here, don't I? Yeah, you're here. We just finished a war with these guys, right? Yep, truce of them. Okay, you can come up here. Oh, that's a fleet. There we go. You can come up here. I shouldn't have wasted the mill power on... what's it called? Harsh treatment. If I've already got an army here to sort that out, but I didn't remember about them. This is finished colonizing. That can go right into a trade company. Where am I sending you? Steal a bit of land over here before it's all taken? Maybe. We can't reach down there, unfortunately. 750 and I need 713, and this doesn't give me range. Good. We're colonizing down here. Yeah, and that's kind of it as far as potential places to go is concerned. So one of these. Is anything here valuable? No. All this, maybe? Nope, someone's going there. Okay, let's sneak in over here. Probably not the most worthwhile place to invest in, but we've got no other options, and we just leave it on the table. It's a complete waste. You're at plus 68, so I can improve relations with you and get you out of a coalition. Laurel or Garwood on their own at this point I don't care about anymore. I don't think either of them are strong enough to present a credible threat to us. The two of them at the same time, with potentially their allies or a few other coalition members, that could become irritating. Did that not pause just now? I don't think it did. Pause on events. There we go. So anything else I need to fix? Yearly autosave. No hints. I had to turn those off earlier. Okay. That should be all good. And these events... I might need to fix the events during wars for when stuff gets occupied. Depends on if that's been changed or not. Orc bandits. This is an issue we can't ignore. I want to get as much acceptance with all the different races as possible. Okay, this stack can sit over here. Don't want to get rid of them because then it costs us to rehire them. You don't have a general for some reason. 1 army, 2 army, mercenaries, and guys to make sure our colonies don't get taken down. Okay. I more or less see where we were at. Let's provoke this revolt. Deal with them. Everything else is my subjects. That's Western. We don't want to be at war with them. You guys, which also resets a truce with Mix. Okay. That's our next target, right after we get that diplomat back from sorting out the coalition. Who else is in it, and who else can I convince to leave it? Revolt. Please pop up and pause on revolts. Thank you. Garwood hates me, then my rival. Lawrence should also be my rival. BPEC. That's 28, and we've only got 54 improved. I really wish that the improved relations guys would stick with a country, but once they get them all to a certain level of improved, they just kind of ignore them. This also, pop up and pause, please. It's gonna be such a hassle to go through and fix every single one of them. I'll actually colonize this one. I can sit the army here in the middle and then reach the top and bottom quickly. Oh yeah. We need to core stuff, which we can't because we can't reach it. This makes gems now, excellent. Both of the monuments are in here and I don't want them. We don't need guard capacity because we haven't conquered anything much ourselves. Slowly remembering where we were at. You think I wouldn't forget that much when I'm only gone for a couple of days in between sessions, but there's so much going on in a game of EU4. Okay. Not really making enough money to start the transition over to artificers. Even with so much of the new world belonging to us. Trade is the majority of our income, but we're still making a good amount from production and tariffs. I guess tariffs are basically trade. It's just money extracted from the colonies. For completion, we don't need to pause. Rival announcement, we don't need. Treasure fleet, we don't need. Left the coalition, that's fine. Join a coalition is something we need a note for. Uprising, that's a problem. And it's over here, so we're not going to do anything about it. Also, trade this because of spelling. Maybe we do want CB announcements. But then what do I ever do about them? It's just like, okay, I've lost the CB. If it was an important CB, I would have kept an eye on it and acted on it. So if I've lost it, then it clearly didn't matter that much. Yeah. I could almost actually just turn those off. Laurent has left. Oh, excellent. Damage the colony. Yeah, give me a pop-up on that in case I missed the other one. Has been occupied by natives. That will trigger the damaged colony pop-up anyway. Lost the CB, we don't care about. Intervene between great powers. You're at war with Red Glades. It's war for independence. Oh, they finally did it. Red Glades Western, Westermere and Delaire, Leechden, Sonkos, Garwood, Appleton, and Southwood. Huh. I honestly didn't think they'd ever commit. Over who? These ones. Have any of your subjects remained? This guy. And your colony. Okay. Belligerent? No, not belligerent. Or maybe? Yeah, that's a lot of extra dudes. Done, doesn't matter. Okay, this is, I think, the opportunity to take the rest of Riveria and Portnam. Get the armies into position. Bring these guys over as well. Yep, take the fleet across. Okay, we've got the diplomat. Declare on Riveria, conquest of capital, so it's cheaper. Let's see how much ridiculous amounts of AE we have to eat to be able to take this. Okay, there's the 3 we need to make for colonialization. Magisterium is left. Coalition is collapsing on its own without us having to faff about with it. Ah, damn it. Appleton. We were a little too slow on acting on this. Let's occupy this and try to cut them off. Left the coalition, trade dispute, left the coalition. And we're capped on nil. Get a few generals. Why can't I get rid of you? Because you're on a ship. Did you get rid of either of these guys? Hang on, you can't both be on the ship. Ah, you're from the Merc stack, not our general. That's why I can't do anything about you. Wineport is willing to join in. I do not care. I hardly need help against Laurent when they're fighting against... Look at all of this. They don't stand a chance. Are you sieging back? No, that's a Bavarian unit. Where's the fleet? How close are you? Oh, you've landed. You got here before these guys? Where are they? My blind is... Half my army got... Oh no, they're just both sitting here. I am blind. My bad. You come sit over on this once they've landed. We can't actually occupy it at the moment, but I sincerely doubt that Red Glades is gonna take that. Right, they're landlocked, aren't they? Yeah, Saloran. Yeah, Red Glades is landlocked. And Southroy... Oh, Southroy might take it. Red Glades, Sonkos, Garwood, Appleton. If they take this in the peace deal, I will just declare on them, because Garwood is basically a non-issue at this point in time. Let's finish this quickly so maybe they get out of the war and then I can take that land from them. Alright, you... let them pause for a minute actually. Any of these ships damaged? Any of them up for upgrading? I need a little more money. Capped out on points again. Let's see what we can dev. That's really high already, but few more clicks in there. We do still have some Danes here. There we go. Right up a bit as well. Okay. 972. Who else is in this war? Because I'm pretty sure someone else. Right, there's a couple colonies and there's a Stalin over here. You have 20,000 troops, completely inconsequential. We'll kill those guys. We've won the siege, good. Do I have a land route over here? I don't. In that case, how about you come sit here or not? You come get ferried over this way. Who else? Arcos. Crown colony of Laurent. Defender against Reckless, defender against... these guys, ignore them. 2% army professionalism, thank you. You stay sat there. I'm not going to bother occupying anything of Laurent at the moment. I'm just going to let them get ravaged by the other war they're in. Because we're not really too concerned. Whatever's left of Laurent afterwards won't be able to fight with us anyway. Okay, the fleet is over here now. Oh, this, yes, please go to pop-up and pause. One colony has become self-sustaining. That one's on pop-up and pause. There's no rhyme or reason to how these are designated. Why can't I colonize here? Oh, because that's still a colony. Hang on. Oh, my subjects actually expanded here. That's why I was confused. I was sure that there were 2 provinces here I could colonize, but no, my subject is putting a little effort in as well. Okay, we can go up here for some reason. That's probably gonna get overrun by natives, but let's try. Laurent has occupied something or other. Oh, I guess they now managed to make landfall over here. Not that it particularly matters. You go in there. You guys come back up here, dock, and we can upgrade the fleet. Or whichever ships in the fleet are eligible for upgrades. My subject has an uprising. We don't care about that. How many ships are... It tells you somewhere, doesn't it? Ah yeah, 77 ships. That's a good amount. Oh, you go here. Okay, let's have a look quickly. Laurent and his one subject. How much do you actually own in the New World? A bunch of this stuff up here. The Stalin owns none of this, so just Laurent. Oh, Riveria also has these provinces. How upset is the world going to be with me if I take from Laurent? It shouldn't be terribly much. They're not exactly a popular nation. That's a decent coalition. Garwood gets back in there. Cornsfield, Helmte, a bunch of New World stuff. Yeah, Samirsis, who already hates me. Bjarnik, who already hates me. Anbennar. And Riveria itself. None of that matters. Even if these guys manage to declare on the coalition, they won't be able to actually do anything to me. Truce has ended. Maybe that one should be a pop-up and pause. What are you doing just sitting down here? You can definitely get around there. And even if you couldn't, you've got so many ships. We've won a siege. That one should be a problem. Keep sieging. You've brought all your ships over here. Are you gonna sail at some point? Right. Colonies. Got a lot of vassals in general in EU4. You never know if they're gonna carry an entire war by themselves or be completely useless. Exemplar. Go spend a few crowns. Get me the cash in hand. Invest it. I do feel sometimes like a lot of games, when I stop to think about what I'm doing, are basically just cookie clicker with more mechanics along the way. You know? I've played a few different incremental games besides cookie clicker, but cookie clicker is definitely the most well known out of all of them, and every now and then I do kind of look at something and go, I'm just getting thing to invest in my production so I can get more thing. Whatever thing may be it ducats or land or whatever else in whatever other video game I'm trying to get my hands on. The purpose is almost always to just grow. You know? Kill things to get XP to be better at killing things. There we go, hierarchy expands. Noble Riddle, where? All the way up there? Yeah, we'll just lose 5 loyalty. Doesn't matter. Mercenaries and Rebel Uprising in my subjects' land, so meh. Whatever. You guys are doing a pretty good job up here. Please tell me you're gonna keep occupying and not run down there to deal with the rebels. That would be terrible. No, you're unoccupying your own lands, that's fine. Do I take this tech early? I don't particularly have a reason to hold back. We're not gonna struggle for points terribly in this run. It's really, again, only in a world conquest where you need to be completely on top of how much you're spending, where and when and why. Which one you bought? Block Spinner, this one. What do you got? Siege Pips, I think I'll keep that guy. You... Yeah, replace with this one. Ah, we finish another invention. Excellent. Keep it going. Always, always more. Goods produce modifier, missionary strength. Of damage received on artificer regiments. They're actually trying to do something to me here. What made you think that was going to work out, huh? So if Southright takes this, I'm going to be really, really upset with them. The proposal for philosophers, ability, manufactory, base tax, a workshop. Just take the workshop one. I'm just going to leave it undone until it pops up here that it's almost expired, and then I'll set the workshop to build. It will finish before it expires. Let's go occupy Lawrence Capital if no one else is doing it. A general died. It's one of the ones I have in reserve. Another uprising in my subjects' land, so that's fine. How are you guys doing up here? Getting sieged down? That sucks. Having our stuff unsieged? That also sucks. Set that to pop up and pause as well. This is being taken by Vinal. No. Give that to E. And this by Westham, so I can't do anything with that. I hope they don't take too much up here. It's going to be really irritating. Oh. Keep colonizing there. How much until I can take the Miltech? 1113, that's a little ways off yet. Oh, they have a little Liberty Desire. No differences. No, just not being a nuisance. Rather than sitting around, you can protect trade in the Dragon Coast for a minute. Okay, we're sieging down Lawrence capital. No one else seemed to be interested. Oh, pardon me. We don't actually have any CBs on Garwood at the moment. We were sworn some part of the missions wanted us to conquer more towards the east. We get that, we get Diplo power. And this gives us defensive bonuses. Bonuses that's for much later. This gives us permanent claims on on all this down here. A small country. Okay, no, we don't need to conquer any further east. So I either wait until I can get this and then get the claims here, or I fabricate some claims and go in on Garwood. Storm cost is a non-issue. Going is these guys, they're tiny. Appleton is tiny. And I'm going to be conquering them at some point, and Southroy. Okay, so we might... If this gets given to Southroy, I'm not sure it will, but it might, then it would be good to have some claims on Garwood anyway, because we might get dragged into a war with them through those guys. Gems, colony. Well, this is unfortunate. I kind of thought there would be land here to go into the west, but I'm a little bit too far north for that, it seems. Okay, rebels are uprising. Laurent is unsieging their stuff up here again. Super irritating. You get up there. Take this guy so he makes you a little bit faster. On a siege, good. Like Anbennar has been fairly busy sieging stuff down here for us. Oh yeah, we've got this as well. Very good. They were kind of useless in the wars in the New World before, but now they're actually making good effort. You're not going to get up there before those guys pop, so let's see if you can maybe get down here before it does. Yeah. Occupy that. I wish you could set it so that this thing didn't show up with subjects. You can turn those off in there. Oh, there goes our golden error. Shame. Too slow again. You can turn those off in here, but they still show up here. You now control the province. Oh no, don't go all the way around. Just sit here for a minute. Garwood just... no. Thought for a moment Garwood had separate peace. Redglade, Songcost, Garwood, Appleton, and Southroy. I think that list is in fact shorter than it was before. Someone has backed out. Who do you have new truces with? Westham? Ah. Why? You're still in fighting shape. Did you take stuff up here? We're gonna need to turn on him at some point. Am I even still allied with these guys? Yeah. Annoying. Yes, keep our 666, thank you very much. If only they hadn't colonized up here. If they'd gone, like, I don't know, here or something, then I could just ignore them. But no, they went and colonized land I actually have an interest in. All on Diplo points. Spend them. More middle as well, sure. Okay. They're gonna sit on that. Okay. Oh, it doesn't matter that. Don't you help them. Go siege something else down. Great projects. Make a state. No, let's put these into trade company. Oh, I don't know why I'm yawning so much today. I'm not even particularly tired. I slept fine. I think it's the weather. The constant change between hot and cold messes with me a bunch. It's always a nuisance. Go deal with those. We have enough spy network here. That's a very big province. How's that? How much deving are you doing? Jesus. Development. Why I put it somewhere. No. There we go, dev. 38, 31, 33, 26. That's a lot of high dev provinces. Down here as well, another 31, 34. No, that's 27. 34 is in Laurent. 24, 24. It's gonna be so expensive conquering land of Garwood. We're gonna get AE till Kingdom Come. Oh well. Come back up here. In fact, sit on that. Make it finish quicker and then start sieging it the moment when they're done. You didn't make it again. I really have to keep them just stood next to the province they're meant to be guarding because it takes far too long to march over and they never make it in time. Stability, yes. More treasure. Speaking of treasure, we have a bunch of them. Couple more of those. None of those, and more manufactories. Always more manufacturing. Have a look at the institution actually, manufactories. I don't have any of the applicable ones, but I think I just don't have the text to build them yet. It does only spawn in 1650 and we're not even in the 1600s yet. Global trade, we're not in the running for most valuable trade node, are we? Total value. Yeah, Gulf of Rahen, Aberfoyle, Ruin, Sea Amonkos, Dame's Crown, Dragon. Yeah, we're all the way down here. Almost half the value of the top contender. I'm amazed that the Gulf of Rahen manages to be that valuable. Like, that's a ridiculous amount of money for a trade node this far down the stream. I know they're getting a lot of stuff, like they're getting all of the wealth of Alice over here, which is a lot. There's a lot of development and a lot of money being produced over here. But is there really so little of it flowing over here, so little of it making it to Bulvar? Aberfoyle is the next highest, that's these guys down here, who I guess are collecting everything upstream of the Gulf of Rahin, so all of the Sahel trade, the Bulwa trade is flowing into Iberville. Then Ruined Sea over here. This is the next most valuable trade node. Power status local 15, incoming 81, total outgoings to collectors 5. $62 pulled forward. Yeah, that's the node. Maybe I should be protecting trade down here instead of in our home node. If there's this much money down here, if I can get that money pushed over to the seller node. But we also only have 13% control here. Who else is Belzed is competing with us? Gnomish Hierarchy has 13%, New Ordensway has 5. Yeah, Pearl's Edge. What does Pearl's Edge own around here? This. Your allies are Arboran, the Magisterium, Ilvanid, and Triton. I'm gonna kill you. Dependence guaranteed by Laurent, as if Laurent is gonna stop me. Yeah, Pearl's Edge is on a chopping block. You know, they can keep all that money from me. Absolutely not. Are we currently positive in manpower? Looks like it. Just worried with the guys sitting here getting attrition. I guess you are digging into your reserves? Ah, now you're sounding about steady. Oh, Westham is professing that you come to aid in the conquest of Crooked Island against Benter. Benter is guaranteed by Mix. No, honestly, I want to occupy this stuff, you nut. I'm killing you next. Unbelievable. I kept them around for a while because they were useful as a shield against Garwood and Laurent back before I got strong. But at this point, no. Ridiculous. Okay, Laurent, how do you feel about separate piecing and giving me all of your New World holdings? This province, I assume, is occupied by someone? No? Give that to me. Occupied by me, occupied by me, occupied by these guys. No. Absolutely not. I've got the best war score modifiers out of everyone. Wrong person. Go. We all have a very similar looking flag. And this is all occupied by me. There we go. Now let's try that again. Give everything you own to me. Including this. It's currently occupied. Well, the coalition looks bad, but manageable kind of bad. At some point you really ought to peace out, right? Like minus 91. You're going to be full occupied in a second. Sure, it's not all full occupied by a single person, but that's still pretty bad. Definitely lost this war. Grand Trade Company. So many people. I think to a certain extent, the adventurer tags in the New World do a fairly good job of making the whole region a little more interesting and interactive. I don't pay attention to the New World in enough of my Anbennar games to decisively say whether it's all positive and how varied and interesting of an experience it provides. But for my first colonial game, there's a lot more going in here than there is going on here than there is in vanilla. I still quite like vanilla colonization, to be honest, but that's mostly just because it's easy clay and because I like filling out the borders of the colonial nations. I play these games to map paint. All other faithless countries by -35, sure. It doesn't matter. And there's hardly anyone in that list anyway. Okay, we're now occupying this, because they've separate piece. However, we can't occupy this yet because Laurent is still in their war. So we'll have to hang on for a little while longer. -95. I hope they don't need 100% to finish this war. Hey, there's a dude over here. Does one of you want to do something about that? Please. Tolerance increase of doors. Doors are already integrated, so not an issue. War exhaustion is high from attrition. Yeah. Ah, there we go. Laurent is separate pieced. Or not separate pieced. Laurent is pieced out. And they have not taken Fortnum in the process. Beautiful. We're going to get everything we want. How bad is it? Ooh. Pretty bad. But who's Emperor right now? The Marin? Who the hell? The Marin? I've never heard of you. Whatever, 33,000? That's not an issue. Okay, so we can take all of that without triggering the coalition to end all coalitions. Yeah, again, the Howard is in there, but like, I don't care. Worst comes to worst, we hole up in our mountains and just attrition them all to death. The real question will be, how much of Riveria can I take after I've already taken the attrition from taking land from Laurent? Because the answer might be significantly less than I want to take. Yeah, I'm gonna buy this down. Might as well. Grab a couple more generals. You again. You gotta run out of people to rise up eventually, surely. And they're sieging this nonsense back. Why do you have to be such a hassle about this? We both know you're going to lose in the long run. Right, Laurent? Who did you keep as vassal? Just this guy. Everyone else is free now. And your 2 colonies. Guaranteeing the independence of Pearl's Edge. I wonder if I'll still be doing that after this war is over. One of this each here. Good. There. This is going well. This is going well. Laurent has 11,000 troops. These guys have risen up, which is fine. They're actually too small to do anything about this. But well done, you guys. Cadesia Artisans outperform local guild. Benefits or local unrest. Sure, local unrest. Don't want to be dealing with random uprisings that I've got to reposition troops for. We have a spare merchant. One of my colonies get destroyed? This one's still there. And this one's still there. I guess this one finished. This is still a colony. This is still a colony. Oh, there's nowhere you can reach, is there? Nope. Up here, there's still these. Alright. Go colonize that. Gives us another land border with these guys in case we ever need to naval invade them. It's much easier to move troops around and land them on your own provinces, where they disembark instantly, than it is having to ship stuff around and then wait for the time to disembark on hostile territory. I have slowly drifted over the side of the screen. We're drifting to the left today, which is fun. Normally we go off towards the right. Which Drake takes us off screen rather than blocking what's on screen. Ah, there's no... maybe here. Just trying to think where I'm going to be the least in the way as my model moves around on its own whims. Okay, we have money again. Maybe a little extra manpower wouldn't help. Just a tiny bit, because none of those have particularly great modifiers. Keep going there. Not sure what... now that I've got a clear end goal for this campaign, I'm thinking as well about what the next one's going to be. And I don't know that I'm going to start a new EU4 campaign immediately after finishing this one. I am wanting to play Book of Hours for a good while. I really enjoyed what I played of that on Monday. But I'm probably not only going to play one game at a time, so either another EU4 campaign or a different game. I was thinking of checking out Frostpunk, which is a very cool game that I've seen a lot of but never played myself. Frostpunk 2 is slated to release at some point, I don't know exactly when, so playing the first one before that comes out might be worth doing. Then besides that, we're still a way off from the Factorio DLC. And there's some other games that I do like the look of, but we'll see what I actually go with and play. If I do play another EU4 campaign, then I'm not sure if I want to do more Anbennar or go back to Toho Universalis or a different conversion mod. I could even join in on the popular fad at the moment of doing achievement runs in vanilla, as everyone works to clear as much of the game as they can before EU5 releases. But that's also, I'm pretty sure, like over a year away, at least. Demica, Neighbors, Demicoverin, Canal Build Training Fields, Combat with Increase. Cool. Switch the cannons over. Yeah, so I don't want to spend a year plus doing achievement runs. I cannot think about multiple things at a time. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Yeah, I don't want to spend a year plus doing achievement runs. I've played a good chunk of Anbennar now recently, specifically looking for artificers and doing New World, so I could do some runs in the Old World. Probably not in Hades, because I've played 1-0 recently off stream, and I just do not want to be fighting with the command again. I do always enjoy Bulwa and the Thunderdome, so Phoenix Empire is on the table, but that's a pretty conquest-heavy, high-effort campaign. Besides that, maybe one of these guys and open the portal. That's an option. From the new mission trees, Krafenor is supposed to be interesting. Then down here in Salahad and Sahel, I think a few of these places have mission trees, but I've not really heard much about any of them. They don't seem to have captured much attention. Whether that means that they're good or bad, hard to say. People do have very favored regions, and even in vanilla, Africa has never been one of them, and the fantasy equivalent is not looking to be either. Besides that, Toho Universalis is supposed to have a really big update coming at some point, which I'm very excited for, and I will absolutely play when it comes out, but I don't know when that is. And then the other conversion mods, the more historical ones, I'll need to look through them and see what's available in them to just see if I want to play anything. It's pretty easy in Anbennar and Toho Universalis because they're, you know, fantasy, magic, whatever stuff I'm very interested in. If there's none of that, then the story and history of a country doesn't hook me as much. In Vanilla EU4 they're real countries and I kind of am interested in real life history, but in a conversion mod I just don't feel that same attachment to any of the nations. Which means it has to kind of rise and fall on its mission tree and mechanics, and a lot of them don't do terribly well on that front. Usually I try to look for hordes to play, but hordes are very powerful and the people who make conversion mods want a challenge, so they tend to nerf their mission trees pretty hard, which is no fun at all. I've just noticed the wall graphic over here. I think that's from one of the monument mods. I don't think that was a vanilla thing, or was it? White Walls of Casanor. I don't know, I've seen these before, but I can't remember. I thought it was a vanilla thing for a while, but it's only once you formed Casanor and restored the walls. I didn't think they were meant to be available now, because there's certainly no Casanor here. We've got Ungoldenor, which is Dwarven. With an huh? What the hell has happened over here? We have the Coronite Orcish Kingdom ruled by a dwarf. Orcish Kingdom, yeah. Ah, what's happened over here? Iron Dwarf. Structure mode. The capital is Green Orc. Weird. Very weird. And then we have Hammerhome over here, who are Iron Dwarf, Iron Hammer Dynasty. But your heir is Sil Edilia. Is that a dynasty somewhere else? Where did I put the dynasties map mode? Here. Siladalia, there we go. Which is Nursistir's dynasty. What are you guys doing over here? Anbennar, who's a personal union. Oh, the Escan is an entire mess right now. Ah. Well, good luck with all of that, my friends. Good luck with all of that. We'll check back in later to see how the situation has developed. All for peace. Good. I want you to peace out of this war. After you give me all of the stuff. Reselect all this. Who am I dealing with? No, this is the vassal. I need the main guy. There we go. Yeah, all this and that, and let's not take any more AE by taking this. Can't cancel subject or release nation for only 7 war score. You are minus 67 on that. We'll get there. And 400 ducats, don't mind if I do. I hope I'm actually strong enough to just carelessly run into these guys. They have way more morale than me, and I have way more discipline and slightly more tactics. I think with a numbers advantage we come out on top here. Because numbers really make up for morale very effectively. Okay. You want more access? That's not happening. Shouldn't take much more before we've got them defeated. We're now sieging down their subjects' provinces, which is excellent, and they're helping out down here. Really making themselves a very useful subject at the moment. I can take a tech, I can take dip tech for trade range and trade steering. Good, good, good. Popularity of tobacco, nice. Our next admin tech gives us admin efficiency bonus. That's very, very valuable. Oh, head there, head there. How are you feeling now? Minus 83. Getting closer. I think with our vassals faffing around in the new world, we are going to get, like, full occupation on these guys. I will have to carefully check that everything is actually being given over to me when I've signed a peace deal. My subjects keep sneaking in there, besieging provinces that got unsieged and trying to take them for themselves. And that is not how this works. New artificer invention. Let us fund them. Leader maneuver. Missionary strength. Self capacity. 20%. That's a pretty neat bonus. No, I did not want both of you. One of you. Go. On, you have to be almost ready to peace out at this point. Colony is done. Make more. You've only got 6,000 guys still floating around somewhere. You head up here and siege that. You go and pick off the remains. Okay, colony finished. Trade company. Where's left? Here? Sure. That, and then, yeah, the only thing that remains to be colonized in the world is the interior of this island. Maybe a bit big for to call it an island. This is... Yeah, I think this counts as a continent, doesn't it? How's the game split up? Continent, South Island here, yeah. Is this its own continent? Insia, it is. Anor, Hallis, that's also Hallis, and Sarhau. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 continents in the world of Anbennar, or rather on the planet Hallis. Halan even, not Hallis. Hallis is the continent, Halan is what the planet is called. There we go. You'd think I made a video about this game. Ah. The joys of memory. Okay, we do have a better army buildings now, so let's get a bunch of those. We definitely need to recover our manpower. You can head up here because we're pretty much done with all this. Kill the last couple guys over here. Are you ready to bugger off? Yes, you are. Take as much money as we can. Head on over here. Make sure that all this is going to me. Yes. There we go. All money, all their New World provinces, and the one that I need for the mission. Send demand. That all gets transferred over to New Codron and Obbins Bay. except for Portnam. For that. And then, let's see. Can I do this? The moment of truth. Can I take all of their provinces? Or am I gonna have to wait for AE to tick down? Why is there rebels up here? Can't you guys take care of your stuff ever? Ah, there it is. Oh, Gauge. Let's see. That's a pretty long list. Can I survive this if it fires? Esnicorn, Celiant, Aaron, Sugamber. Okay, Everfill. Everfill is pretty bad. They're pretty strong. Stalin doesn't matter. We've got truce with him anyway. Ursula, that's kind of bad. Vern, that's kind of bad. Talenteer. Dame's Crown, Pearl's Edge, the Magisterium. Exwers. Garwood, Wisdom. We're not getting, or are we? Oh, we are getting Call for Peace. I'm just gonna wait. Call for Peace doesn't mean that we're doomed eternally if we, Why do I have access to your land? Can you please black flag this army? Hello? Let me leave. Call for Peace doesn't mean that we're immediately forced to peace out of this war. It just means that we get some war exhaustion for staying in it. Okay, a few countries are already joining. Oh, I could attack Garwood now to try and prevent or attack Pearl's Edge for the colonies. And Garwood will be pulled in. No, not Garwood, Laurent. Right, Laurent is guaranteeing them. Who's Garwood? Garwood as allied with Southroy, that's weird. Could declare on Garwood as well. 80,000 troops deployed. Only 6, almost 7k in reserve. And then the other guys are much smaller. No. No, I think I prefer to just wait it out. Try and get as many people as possible to improve relations, and then take the peace till when it's a little safer to do so. Doesn't necessarily have to be once the entire coalition has disbanded, but just once enough people are gone that we can survive going to war with those that remain. In the meantime, we do have plenty of money coming in, so we can take some steps to strengthen ourselves. You know, restore our manpower pool, build a few more buildings, maybe a fort or two. Make sure the fleet is up to par, though I'm pretty sure at this point my fleet is easily the strongest around. Yeah, we'll give it a minute. So who's actually in at the moment? Garwood. Only minus 71 AE, but because they hate us they won't leave. What's the three colonies again? Always the same one as well. 751 development. I get why they think that they can pick a fight with me, but I promise you it absolutely would not work. Redglades is barely over. Same for Southroy. I mean, they will be way over once I take this piece. Let's have a look. Ability, bunch of money, Diplo power, take the Stafford, and buy it right back up. Let's have a look. Was it South Roy and Red Glades? I have a second of nothing happening. South Roy, Red Glades, South Roy, Red Glades. Red Glades minus 122 to minus 171. South Roy. Where is it? Where is it? I don't think these are sorted by how much AE they gain, so it's kind of impossible to pick out any one nation on this massive list. South Roy, where are you? Town, Retus, they should be near the top, shouldn't they? Oh yeah, there it is, South Roy. Minus 176 to go to minus 122 total. A couple of these guys at the bottom, Sugamva, Celia and Sharanan, it will only take a year, maybe two, for a bunch of them not to be in a coalition anymore. If I can wait 3 or 4 years and get Irafil out, then that would be enough. 4 years of AE. Reducing by 2.8 yearly. Do I have any invention that helps with that? Society inventions, I think. Reform progress, diplomats, envoy travel time, unrest, public tradition. No, I swear there was a relation improvement one somewhere in here. Trade steering, no. Development cost. Improve relations plus 25%. There it is. Okay. I'm not coring anything at the moment, so let's turn that off and turn this one on. Improve relations plus 25%. Give it a month for the changes to take into effect. And now we're getting 3.3 per year. That's a decent improvement. Okay. In the meantime, more building. You come back over here. People are rising up again. We still don't have range on this, do we? No. And nothing's finished down here. So we've just got the colonists sitting idle. I know you can send them to a province to, like, help develop it. But then I'm gonna forget that he's over there and not set him back to where he's meant to be. Almost 0.2 per month at this point. We're gonna be at like what, 10-ish war exhaustion by the time we run the clock out on this. But it's really a necessity. We're not at the end game maxed out Artificer Regiments fight the world stage quite yet. So we gotta give it a little bit more time. Rise of Harkov, Half Orc Gang. I don't have 970 crowns to improve things here, but we're gaining 110. So let's let that happen. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I wanted to see, we're making 133 now. If I take you and tell you to protect trade in the Ruined Sea instead, we'll give them a minute to get down there. And once they arrive, see if we're making better money. Game 1 base tax, thank you. Our harmony is doing excellently. We're more than halfway through harmonizing these guys. Great. And Truce of Western has ended, and they enter the coalition, of course. Oh yeah, that's something I could do. I could look to see if there's anyone willing to become allies with me. 133, so that does seem to be helping. Can you get out of here yet? No. Conquest against Comsavon. Oh, I guess Cornsfield has had to release nations in a peace deal? Either that or they've failed to deal with their rebels. Oh, you're eating attrition over here. Step somewhere else. Okay, how's it looking now? Still about as bad. Averin at the very bottom there will leave at the end of this year. Another year after that for Sugamber and Aranin. We'll stretch it out as far as we possibly can. What's my force limit at? Can I... 126 out of 186. Let's make these stacks a bit neater. What's our force limit? 30. Okay. Bring you up to that. In fact, really beef these up. Don't have the manpower for all of it. Damn. Lose 2 corruption. And gain 5. Hang on. Ignore complaints, lose stability. Execute the official. Gain 5 Republican Edition, lose 2 corruption. What kind of event is this? That's the one option is pure upside. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that. Let me take a drink, my throat's quite dry. Unpopular mathematician. I don't think I need any more innovativeness at this point. No. He is embarrassing us. Make states. I don't want to. Add that to the trade company. Add this preemptively. General is dead. Take one of the spares. Capped on admin. And you're upset again. Indicate your rulers. What do I even do with all the spare admin? Dev. You're already at 40, that's excessive. Over Damestier province. Some of the valuable trade goods. It really doesn't matter, it's not like I'm improving production, I'm improving base tax here. Alright, that should be that sorted for a good while. Now you, 1, 2, 3, 4... 1... We're probably not going to be, considering the kind of force limits that you have in a mod like Anbennar, with Garwood sitting at 116 over here as well, we're not going to be able to build up an army to such a huge scale that it scares the other nations out of a coalition. That's just very difficult to achieve in this mod. Everyone is also fielding such colossal force limits. Send you here, send here, and there's a bit of wasteland in the way there. Damn it. Alright. Bjarnik is also joined. Bjarnik, you're exploding. You're literally coming apart at the seams. What business do you think you have trying to pick a fight with me? Kugdir has escaped containment. They are out of a mountain and making their way across the frozen north. Oh, the command is sneaking its way... Oh no, that's someone else with a similar colour. Wrong back. The command is, I believe, encroaching further and further. I mean, they're kind of meant to be the final boss for the player, so AI-wise, there really isn't anyone in a position to stop the command, is there? At this state where they're so powerful, if I just leave the game running, they're just going to keep growing and growing. No one else besides maybe the Lake Federation could possibly hope to challenge them. Patrice of Harith has ended. I assume they're also going to join the coalition momentarily. Oh, there are still provinces that can actually support this army, given how big it is. Make an exception or gain prestige. Now, over here, start up the next stack. I think 30, 10, and 20 is a plenty big enough army. I know ideally you probably want to have more cannons than this, and you want to have a separate cannon stack walking around following your main army to reinforce it when battle starts, but that's a lot of effort and really only necessary if you're playing on like very hard or in multiplayer. Suppose this man, -3 harmonization process, admin guy leaves and we get 2 Republic Edition 50 admin, or we gain army process. For 1603, sure, 10 years of Tales of a True Faith lowered. That's hardly an issue. This is finished. So now there's 2 colonists sitting idle. And both of you are taking attrition. Which I really cannot do anything about because I've made my armies way too big. 54 plus 50%, that's plenty. 51. You can still sit over here? Better maneuver on the general, I guess. Yeah, maneuver 3 to maneuver 4. Well, now I'm just confused. Sure, take this. We can get a government reform. Let's see, how deep are we at this point? Tier 10. Getting close to the end, that's good. Political principle gives us admin possible policies. That's not really worth anything. Diplo possible. Oh, is this? Well, that's rubbish. This we can't get because we don't have innovative ideas. As embraced enlightenment. It isn't until 1700. Surely you didn't expect me to take until 1700 to get down here, right? Or maybe it did. I do feel like we've made much faster. Actually, it's not even 1600 yet. I probably shouldn't be this far down in the government reforms. Military principle loses us Republican tradition per year, but we lose also years of separatism and we gain maximum absolutism. I'll take it. We're doing fantastic on Republican tradition. And we easily top out each time before the next election rolls around. You guys might as well be doing something in the New World while I'm waiting for this AE to tick down so I can finish the war. I'll occupy these guys. And these guys as well. It's better that I declare these wars and be the one in control of them, so that I can make sure the stuff goes to the people I want it to, rather than them declaring their own wars and then taking land outside of their colonial region. Did I have 2 colonies sitting here somewhere? Ah yeah, they've moved to the bottom because they were only at the top because of a reload. Expand Trade Company. The company wants a claim on this and will be upset with me if I don't enforce it. I am not going to do that. But I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint you. I've exiled... Oh, this guy's finally able to get out of there. Alright, this new army stack. Let's bring them up to a decent amount of infantry. We have another 20 force limit left over. What do I spend it on? I think there's no sense in putting cannons into a stack that's not even at combat width yet. Send them whatever we need. Research more artifice. Policy is available. Brilliant societal oh, I probably should not have clicked through that pop-up that quickly. I think I missed something there. Brilliant societal prototype. Monthly spender +1, free policies +1 until 1603. I hope I notice when that runs out and I need to turn the policies back off. Income from vassals and liberty desire down is good. Privacy, privateer, and settlers. Sure, I'm still colonizing a little bit. Place of investment. 15% morale for artificers. 2% missionary strength. Heavy ship, combat ability. Fleet movements. Excellent. Separatists in my vassal. Everyone is still rather upset with me. Western is super upset with me. I think makes sense because they order a bunch of this stuff. How's this looking now? Still a long list. And maybe we might take just a little bit of extra time. Oh, we're always capped out on war exhaustion. Just giving us annexation integration analysis, manpower analysis, national unrest, stealers, co-creation costs, siege ability. Ooh. Okay. I mean, I can just save and have a look how bad the whole situation is. Maybe the coalition looks worse on the list than it actually will be in practice. I somehow doubt it, but maybe. Okay, we do that. Someone is upset with us, of course. Go away. We let him come back. We're not going to pour the stuff immediately because we're not paying plus 50% core cost. I kind of wanted to go looking for allies in the few days before the coalition started ticking up, but I forgot that I'd started this other war, which prevents us from doing that. Oh, that's so many people. And I think I just clicked through a natives rise up notification. There they are. Yep. Separatists. Nice, good. Transfer all occupations to me. Are you willing to be full annexed? Yes, you are. Do it then. First get given away. And now, let's quickly return all my diplomats for a moment and see if I can make a handful of allies very quickly. What's my relations? That's 3 out of 4. We can go over that a little, that's fine. Diplomacy, allies. Oh yeah, there are plenty of people who are willing to be allies with me. And some are even perhaps strong. Bavaria, 34k. Usla, there we go. You're at war and winning your wars. Yeah, let's take them. Iran is pretty strong as well. Let's go Let's go 2 over our relationship slot limit. I think that's not unreasonable amount. We're not exactly hurting for monarch points in any category. You guys are very strong. There we go. Enough allies that I feel fairly confident that if all goes wrong and we do get declared on, we can survive. I need to have a look around where I might redirect trade from. Where did this merchant even come from? Is it one of my colonies? Did I get big enough to provide a merchant? 9%. If it's either of these, they're not about to fall back to below, so I don't worry. Here? Not a huge amount of trade going through here. Nothing great over this direction either. We are directing from here. We are redirecting from here. Not much money here. Yeah, really we want to be conquering around the coast and getting to this. I could get all of this around here. Of course, none of it flows into where we need it to. This all comes into the Bay of Wines. We're in a bit of an awkward spot, really, here on the Dragon Coast, unfortunately. Okay, let's redirect from Tornai. One of our guys is gone. I didn't even see the message that he died. Lower tariffs plus 10%. We make a ton of our money. Center of Trade can be upgraded. No, it can't. There is a army attacking it. Once this can be caught later, once that's worn off a little. Losing 1 per month? Didn't I go 2 over? No. Alliance of Wineport, Busela, Aranan. Oh, we already had military access with Ungoldavor. For some reason. I must have lost track of that in between. Okay, upgrade that. Upgrade the castle. Do we need to upgrade all these castles? Yeah. Upgrade that. Cool, cool, cool. Portroy Merchant's Guild. What are we missing that we haven't completed the... 15 production in Portnam. Production. That should finish the mission, yes, there we go. We get a university and free artifice capacity. Nice. University early. Tech 17, we're on tech... we're on tech 16, almost 17, so maybe not that early. Okay, where was the thing? One province owned by Appleton preventing us from getting this, and we absolutely cannot take that province at the moment because because almost 2 million troops worth of coalition stand in our way. I'm gonna have to go back to the earlier save, aren't I? There's absolutely no way they don't declare. Not with that kind of troop count. We're gonna get attacked. We're gonna get attacked, and I don't particularly see us winning that. Unfortunate. Our colony is expanding. Which one of you numpties just declared war? Not you. New Nemsgod is the defender against Alien. in the second alien conquest of who? He is slick. My colony and my subject's colony are at war with each other. Are you too stupid? Brilliant. In the meantime, unless I want to make even more allies, which I might, if the coalition actually declares, I might quickly roll back a save and make a bunch more allies. But in the meantime, let's improve relations with everyone and see if we can't convince them that actually there's no need for 2 million troops to be sent my way. In fact, that would be horrifically excessive. New Woodenshire has declared on Kettle. Yeah, that's fine. They're entirely encased within your lands anyway. Go ahead and grab those. I have separatists about to pop somewhere. My Mysterium has joined a coalition. Oh, up here, which means I need to move someone. In fact, I need to fleet transport someone. Separate the transport ships off this fleet down here before we give that order. So they don't have to move all of the ships and we lose the trade bonuses. There we go. Okay, you get relocated here. Good news. More people are joining the coalition still. At some point there has to be everyone, surely. There's only so many countries in the world. Get that, and it looks like once we've got the manpower, we are actually going to be able to bring the third stack to full power. Give you a leader as well. Okay, we're still at disgusting amounts of war exhaustion, and I'm not paying 265 admin to core a single province. That is madness. Absolute insanity. What were the development schemes? Great. One of 3 options and 1 of 3 options. 900 crowns for 1 dev. No thank you. Wex is declared on the Magisterium, well at least that keeps 1 person out of this coalition war. They're not about to go attack me when they're being invaded. I am full up on mill points once again. It is still 5 years until the institution, so we're way ahead of time. And this is why I'm so completely careless about how I spend my points. We're just not gonna need everything we generate. It's simply excessive. There we go. Maybe another click into the Namesteer deposit as well. There we go. Cool, and we've got that back under control. Let's bring you back down here where you're not taking a position by just existing. Vern is no longer a valid rival. Well, who is? Alistobu. Oh, the Lake Federation. Delightful. This is really who I want to have as my enemy. Guys with 224,000 troops and 125,000 in manpower in reserve. 1,000 voices. Oh, the centaurs are fracturing. Yep. Bloodbringer, Ruinbringer, that's all the centaur tags exploding out of them. Crashing wave. Special pardons. Sort that out. The power, I guess. Truly, Republican governments are overpowered. The monarch point generation, it's disgusting. If there's one in here, I'd rather upgrade that one, because there is a limit to how many level 3 ports you can have. I can seize land, and everyone is happy with me, so let's go for it. I don't think that went through, and I think I just hit enter on another notification without reading it. Yep, that didn't go through. I hit enter on something else. I hope it wasn't important. There is a log of a sort you can look through, but it's not a log of all of the events, or even specifically your own events. So I tend to find that it's not that useful for finding out what just happened. Right, we need a bit more manpower. I was just talking about not needing all of these monarch points, so let's just buy this down and then core. Uncore this because it's busy building a bastion right now. Right, the castle. Well, that is almost finished. It will be done next year, and that's not an issue. Execute the official... more free money. Debase currency and remove the corruption. You? Kill these two, not interested. I need more troops. More manpower. Way, way, way more. The downside to having massive army stacks and then being terribly lazy with how you control them is that you will eat so much attrition that you really didn't need to. Cool. We've got the manpower now, but not the money. How much are current cannons costing? 31, so 310 for the 10 that I want. 50 Diplo power, 25 prestige. I'm actually low on prestige at the moment. 30, 10, and 20, 30, 10, and 10. And by now my force limit is 212, so I can in fact get the last 10 cannons as well. One more month tick for the manpower. And it looks like, considering how long it's been, the coalition is actually not going to fire. I don't know whether they're scared of the amount of troops I have, or if the coalition members are just too busy elsewhere. But as long as we don't let ourselves enter into a war where we end up losing troops and then looking weak, we should be fine here. A colony of Odinspay is declared on Bavaria. Oh, they're gonna sort out all of that nonsense for us. That's excellent. I saw I just said we just finished colony. So why can't I send anything down here? Why is this out of range when it's next to my own colonies belonging to my colonial nations? Also, we're crossing into a different region. This is now New Morbob's region, which means Zelvakant is taking land that is not theirs down here. Which is all the more reason why I want to be sending my colonists here. But I can't. Why was this land okay, but this now isn't? Weird. Save him. Bone Carver has succeeded in demonsterization, good for them. We also have... you've declared war on Mario as well. Sure, whatever, who cares about correct borders at this point. Just take whatever you want. Maybe I should declare on these guys. Have you got no claims? You're not interested in this land? There we go. Ah, but they're in a coalition. Yeah, Overlord is not? The Overlord is not. They're the one guy in the middle here who's not angry at me, but everyone around is, because they actually border my colonies and have some idea of the absolute conquest binge we're going on. Okay, another new merchant has popped up out of somewhere. Head here, there's 18, 19 ducats to redirect. Here there's just 9, 10 is already going where we wanted. Or in the middle here. 5 and 3, no. Okay, here, transfer trade power. Okay. That's finished building the castle, so we can core that. Get rid of the last of our overextension. We still need this one city from Appleton. They're in a coalition, so there's really zero chance that I can force them to give it up. I'd love to just threaten war and be done with it. Province modifier, local trade power, goods produced modifier, and global modifier, 2.5 trade efficiency, 2.5 merchant loyalty equilibrium. And then that goes up each. Yeah, that's a monument worth upgrading. A little more manpower. I won't go anywhere below those that give plus 500. It's just not worth it. My model has moved now from being right up against this here all the way to being over here. It's moved almost like it's its own length. Well, once again, reset tracking. And there we are. Learnings of an elder. We don't need any extra powers, but whatever. Alright, 360k stack and a 30k merc stack, so we're at 214,000 dudes. Out of our ever-increasing supply limit, which is now at 220. So what happens next? We can let the colonies run wild for a little while. They seem to be having a grand time declaring on all the small nations around them and expanding. They're not going to be able to take the stuff from Western. I'm going to have to do that myself. Palace Edge is in the coalition, unfortunately, and still protected by Laurent. You do deal with that. Let me take a drink. Okay, I think until that coalition wears off, we're really kind of stuck. We can't possibly expand any further. The coalition continues into the New World, so we're kind of cut off over there as well. And the coalition consists of some 2 million troops, which is, even with all of my colonies combined bringing me almost 1 million guys available, that's twice our number, and my colonial nations are over here. Meanwhile, so much of the enemy is over here. There's just realistically no way we're picking that fight and walking away from it intact. So for the time being, we just gotta cool our heels. Hang on a second, I've got to blow my nose. My audio was stopped. When did that happen? How long has this stream been silent? I sincerely hope that the answer is not very long at all. I just happened to glance over, because my model was drifting off away, and saw that the mic was not on. Oh god, I hope this has been a recent development and not something that's been on for ages. Ugh. Yes, so... Oh, how far back of my explanations has not been caught on the microphone? I have no idea. I'm just gonna have to continue as if it had all been fine. So colonists, we don't need any more. Tuition spread, inflation, ship cost, war taxes cost, domestic trade power, merchant trade power, trade steering, trade company governing cost, and merchant. Let's take this one. Go further down, guiding principle. Guiding principle we just picked a minute ago. Consolidate power, yearly absolutism, maximum absolutism. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. Okay, so now we're at 70, and the loyalty equilibriums have been brought up a little bit. This is gonna haunt me until I can go check the VOD later on and find out how long this has been screwed up for. Oh, I'm gonna upgrade these guys actually, just because I have the money to afford to do so. And even if I don't need the extra monarch points basically whatsoever, it's still, you know, extra dev still makes my country stronger. I should start building courthouses now. I think we do, since it mentioned a malice to province governing cost for taking the merchant republic stuff. I should start building courthouses in a few places. They don't take up a building slot and they're not very expensive, so no reason not to. We're making some 200 ducats a month now, which is excellent. 450 total income, so we're still a fair ways off what's it called, economic hegemon, assuming we get that at any point at all. Okay, someone wants to peace out down here. No, none of you are full occupied. I doubt any of you are going to accept annexation. See if peace annex. No. You won't. You won't. No. Keep going. The war shall continue until morale improves. Build more of these. Rebels in one of my subjects, so that's their problem, not mine. Okay, you've been full occupied. Are you willing to peace out? Yes, okay. Get me a guy. Now then, does anyone... No, no one is affected by that. Which is about as I expected. I didn't think anyone was going to be crying out in outrage when I start conquering on this continent way, way far away from them. Okay, a few more buildings. Deepak has left. Excellent. Hang on, gotta sort things out in the right order. How about you? Are you willing to be occupied now? This is the wrong person. Give that to me. Give all that to me. Nope, you're not willing. You are partially occupied by these guys? Please don't get in the way of my war. No, go to me and let me set that as high priority, so that my subject will go do something about it. Okay, who else needs to be convinced? Vertesk and the temple. And let's get this last guy back as well, because they're really not doing anything worthwhile of their own accord. Bowing should leave on their own because they're at 0. The temple should be leaving momentarily as well. So then, Westham won't be leaving because they hate us personally. You. Temple's left, good. They have a fair few troops running around down here. Game 1 corruption or adventurers lose loyalty. I'll screw over the adventurers a little bit. Transfer these occupations to me. Are you willing to be full annexed? Nope. It's a very messy war. The AI does one of the same mistakes that I used to do a lot early on when playing EU4, which is focusing too much on the sieging and not enough on the killing enemy stacks. It never felt worth it to me because they would just build more stuff, so I wanted to siege them down and get them to stop. To be fair, the AI is under orders from me, so let me set them to be free to do what they want. This interference from these guys is really very irritating. Is anyone of you building a spy network? Does that show up in here? I'm not sure. Someone get a CB on Mekitav, because they're occupying land that we want to take. These are both under my occupation. But you're the main guy this war is against, so I absolutely cannot separate piece you early. Or rather, I can't separate piece you full stop. Those underhand rogues in South Roy have the goal to claim Roynoms as their own. I wish you the best of luck on enforcing that claim. It is not going to happen. There is absolutely no chance. Okay, Eureka, another invention. Manpower recovery speed, sailor recovery speed. Morale of armies 15% for artificers, production efficiency. Take the artificer thing. You've left. Okay, so Laurent. Well, Laurent is surprisingly close to being persuaded. I didn't expect that. Redglades. Also surprising close. Southroy. Yeah, if it weren't for the fact that I'm going to be declaring war on these guys soon enough, there might actually be a chance of getting them out of the coalition. Let's set a couple of you back to automated. Bjarnik's getting killed off over here. Okay, some of the coalition members are in the New World. Yeah, you can be persuaded to leave. And you can be persuaded to leave. In the meantime, let's keep watching how this goes over here. Fairly well, it looks like. Bomb-based production, thank you. So Lauren has left. Not one of the ones we're currently working on. I can get another mill tech, higher combat width, better cannons, better flanking. Excellent. That might scare a few of them out of the coalition as well. Not this time. Sometimes when I've taken a tech, the AI has immediately just disbanded the coalition on the spot. They have a point? No, ignore them. Improvements in lens making. Let me finish the last of my drink. I'm already drinking from this, like, massive extra large plastic cup because I get so thirsty doing streams talking so much, and I might still have to go and get something larger somehow because I always run out of drink. Either that or, I don't know, some kind of lozenge or something, but I can't exactly have one of those in my mouth and then try to speak at the same time. Maybe it's just something that will come with time as I get better at streaming, but my throat won't get so itchy from talking. I mean, maybe itchy is the wrong word, but it won't feel so rough from talking. Okay, they have left. Excellent. They've also left, that is also excellent. You're not willing to peace out yet. You are, but will you let me take everything from you? And also, why are these patients not to me? I am the one who takes the stuff. Yes, annexed. And anyone upset? Westham, Garrett, Lawrence. Okay, so the people who hate me beyond repair will continue to hate me. Tragic. Now there's less people in the war. Are you less enthused about it? No, you're still hanging in there. Do we have a claim on this guy yet? I wish I still had the fabricate claims in colonial on like claims bordering claims so you can chain them and stuff like that. Or can I still? Okay, hang on. This event I need to take a look at in a moment. We have recently sent a diplomat. There we go. Build a spy network. The Kukatodic resurgence. In past centuries, hostilities of a Centaur invasion have left the Kukatodic civilization diminished. Now, however, with the establishment of civilized rule in the region, the native populace is resurgent. Ponvoris gets that. Culture changes. Event happens. Okay, that is happening to someone else. I don't need to be concerned about that. I thought every now and then in this mod there are events that like release some nation out of your lands all of a sudden, which can be very irritating, and I thought this was one of those, but no. Someone get me a CB on this guy. So is it one of the ideas that lets me there we go. Exploration ideas can fabricate claim overseas and colonial region. There we go. I thought that was an age ability, but no, it's actually part of the idea group. We were not going to throw that much money at this event. Oh, very convenient. Okay, come on, get me up to 20 on this. The sooner we get that, the sooner we can take these provinces. Alright, you're now willing to peace out for full annexation. Let's take that. One of you, I'm sure, will figure out you need to go kill that stack. Read dispute, yeah. Oh, and you've made peace with them for nothing? Money, I guess? Who knows what goes through the AI's head? Can I just take everything? No. Oh, because this is the main guy, not this one. The yes is the actual answer. Someone is upset? Utralach. I don't care. Who even is Utralach? These guys. I'm about to annex them. It doesn't matter whether they're upset with this or not. I really need to figure out how my mic ended up muted. Because I'm 90% sure that I don't have a keyboard shortcut for that. I don't know when it happened. I just had the terrible, terrible thought that I might have forgotten to unmute my mic earlier after I muted it for a second to blow my nose. And if that is the case, then my mic has been muted for like a massive chunk of the stream. Like an absolutely huge portion of the stream, it has been silent. Oh, I hope not. Oh, that would be terrible. Oh. I need to put a visual thing somewhere on screen, if that's even doable, that tells me whether my mic is muted or not. This is going to give me anxiety till the end of days now. Okay, in this one case I will simply feed the land directly to the vassal it's going to anyway, rather than faff about. Unfortunately, these guys have now joined a coalition. Irritating, we couldn't declare on them before they did it. Burnham Leech Dens. We need to do something about that at some point. That was a very dramatic noise. Okay, fabricate claim on this 31 dev province, because we're playing Anbennar. And then sue for peace, full annexation. And yeah, they're a little upset about it, but they don't matter. Okay, there we go. Another region consolidated. Our force limit has probably risen in the meantime. 240 out of 264. Now, we can start looking at getting some artificer stacks. So let's get 20 of these. No, let's get 30 of them and switch one of our existing stacks over to full artificer regiments. My subjects are all getting rebels because they're all seizing land now that we're at peace. It is very funny sometimes watching the AI do these kind of things right on cue. Okay, spend a bit of money on buildings. More of these. A little bit more of these. Actually, let's spend the rest of it because I think, yeah, we can get all of them since our country's not very large. Alright, anyone I can remove from the coalition? You, yes. You get out. And you won't. And you will never. You've just been added to it and you're very upset with me. Westham is absolutely horrendously upset with me. Yeah, Garwood, Laurent. Well, Laurent and Hazefield and Spring... not Hazefield and Springdale. Southroy and Reclades, that I was reading out province names, are heading towards actually leaving the coalition. There's only Westham that's kind of committed to animosity until one of us dies. Oh, we're still not even halfway along on integrating Vienna. Hmm. Okay, I think despite everything, decent progress has been made today on moving towards, what's it called? Moving towards the final goal. So finishing the mission tree, we've managed to get some of this land, we just need this province once the coalition's been dealt with, and then we can eat up a bunch more of this bit by bit. Which will also mean we can take a bunch of this land, finish off this, and finish more of the colonial side of the mission tree, which is good. But let them sort it out, settle their differences. We are currently taking a diplomatic idea group, aren't we? Yeah. So let them sort it out themselves. Okay, that is a full Artificer stack. Artificer infantry gets plus 15% combat durability, minus 20% shock damage received, and plus 0.35 infantry fire. And that's just right now by default. That is before all of the modifiers we can stack onto these guys. Actually, no, what am I doing? This is all the way around. Let's remove the regular dudes and bring in these guys. There's no real reason to keep this around. We do get the manpower back. We are at manpower cap actually at this point. Alright. Artificer combat stack achieved. I'm looking forward to seeing how absolutely grossly powerful these guys can be. It is hopefully going to be truly ridiculous. Plumstead. Where the hell even is Plumstead? Oh, you guys. Nice. Oh yeah, I was improving relations with you specifically for this. Good, good. Our colony has declared on Merdkafer, which is one random little province there. Okay. This isn't land connected, so I sincerely hope you're actually capable of a naval invasion. Because you are an AI, so that's not a given. You're going to take a long while to calm back down again. These guys are closest to potentially being made friendly, so let's just get the improved relations ticking up ready. A rebel uprising in my colony, so I don't care about it. 58.8 and 60.4. Once that Holiness Novi wears off in 1623, we'll have no problem removing the last few things. We shouldn't cap out on absolutism before then. We're not, you know, I'm not going around conquering huge swathes of land where I could then reduce autonomy for absolutism, so we're not really rushing towards 100. We're just kind of ticking in the direction and gradually. Which is perfectly fine. This is hardly a race. Alright. Get those. We've got a ton of money, so let's get the next 30 stack of artificers. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm just gonna build the rest of them really, because why not? I've got. There's only 2. I've got the money for it, and I've got more armies to replace. So 1 we've done. That's 2. That's 3. So I need another 3 for the last stack. 1, 2, 3. There we go. That will take us way, way over our unit capacity. So let's ditch these guys before we go completely into debt. But let's not ditch them too quickly, because I also don't want Garwood or anyone else watching us to get any funny ideas that they can attack while we're switching over units. If we let ourselves look weak temporarily, they might be inclined to declare war. Now granted, I would absolutely win that war, especially with our very powerful allies that we have at the moment, but I would rather do the warfare on my own terms once the AE has been seen to, so that we can actually take some land in the peace deals instead of more likely being stuck not taking anything because we don't want to annoy everyone. Alright, now remove that. And then, finally, once it ticks up a bit more, where are we right now? 221. Yeah, let's wait a little while. Let's wait a little while for that to tick upwards. Narratica has left. So it's definitely not that they have to be below minus 50, below minus, like, to not have a minus 50 AE. It's just about how much positive relations you can get with them. I don't know where I got that information from then about negatives. It might have just been that, obviously, if they've got too high of a negative relation with you, you're very unlikely to be able in the first place to get that much positive relation with them. Why was that purple? Why are they purple when you're splitting up the armies? Is it to make them more visible? In which case they should be purple all the time. Yearly absolutism or admin efficiency? I'm gonna go for admin efficiency. We don't actually need picking absolutism all that much. A colony is killing Mix again. I swear you declared war on Mix previously, and they should be small enough for you to have taken them in one war. So what the hell happened there, my friend? What happened there? Okay, combine you, combine you. Merchant trade power, excellent. Cantalism, sure. Cantalism is one of those weird things where it's just kind of a number in the background that goes up, and technically you know that it being higher is a positive, so you'll take it when it's freely given. But it's also kind of, its impact is so hardly visible that people kind of ignore it. And apparently it's also just not very strong. From what I've heard, you know, watching Flurry Worry or Arumba, mercantilism just doesn't contribute enough towards your overall income to be worth investing with. You know, the dev you could get with that Diplo power instead of buying up mercantilism is far better. Okay, so stacks. Artificer inventions. What can I turn off? Admin efficiency 2.5. It's nice, but it's not game changing. Remove it. Global tariffs 40% treasure fleet income. Pretty huge. Pretty huge. We're making 85 from tariffs, so we would lose like half of it, like 40 ducats. But we're making 250 ducats, so we can afford to lose half. 10% treasure fleet income, we make like 110 to 150 on treasure fleet, so that's fine. Trade efficiency, production efficiency, national tax modifier. We've already bought the artificers now, and they don't really cost more to maintain, so I'm willing to give up that income as well. Siege ability, really nice. Really nice. But we're going to be winning wars by stack wiping here. Vulpal bullets, morale damage 7.5, we can get better. The Think Thought transmitters, improve relations 25%, I'll keep that for a minute. And culture, improve relations 10%, in AE 10%, we'll keep that as well. Let's see now. G-U-boats, no. Racial military. We get... After empowered escalators will be granted to artificers, which does the following. Gets plus 20% infantry combat ability. Affects only artificer regiments. Yes, that's good. We'll take that. Gov capacity, no. Military inventions. Discipline in general, meh, maybe. Artillery combat ability, maybe. Fire damage received, morale damage received for artificers. I'd prefer to be hitting harder than getting hit less hard. Shock damage received, again, same thing. And this is for ships, so we don't care. Aim steel reactor, mega cannon, monthly military power, not a thing yet. Cavalry fire, no. Arcane blaster. Infantry fire, infantry shock. Yes, we'll take that one. I should quickly check on the others. I'm pretty sure it's going to be all the mill things that give us artificer combat. But it doesn't hurt to make certain. This last one here... Alright, that's the mill thing. Okay, portable turret, shock damage received, and siege ability. Land fire damage plus 20%. There we go, take that. Mortal bullets, morale damage plus 7.5. Damage received. Morale of navies. Infantry combat ability 10%. We'll take that. Morale damage plus 7.5. Okay, yeah, let's take that. Do these bonuses all show up on here? Yes, they do. Artificer Regiment. Oh, that is delicious. Infantry combat ability plus 45%. Land fire damage plus 20%. Army drill game modifier, who cares? Infantry fire plus 0.55. Infantry shock plus 0.2. I know they gain less from drill, but let's drill them anyway, just because these are going to be absolute doom stacks. I'm almost tempted to just declare on a coalition for the fun of it, just to watch what happens. Is there anything else we can give the artificers that might be fun? Monopoly on Dame Steer. No, that's just money. Artificer Generals. And this enables the estate decision recruit Artificer General. Reign of War Wizards ended. The General will have increased fire and siege pips. No, we've got good enough generals. Increase our invention research speed by 20%. We don't need it. Increase our artificer privilege capacity by 2, but we will lose the ability to use expert innovations. What does expert innovations refer to? Society, economic, military. What does expert innovations refer to? I don't know. Is it the higher tier ones? We will lose the ability to use expert innovations. I wish there was some description of what that means. Improve relations and Diplo rep, that's nice, but meh. Artificer force limit fraction, artificer... that's the same thing twice, and also we've got enough already. Death cost, we don't care. Ivory provinces get development cost reduction, we don't need that. Grand exhibition, Gulf capacity, while we are at war with the Witch King, whatever. Yeah, Artificer Relay companies in Honest Bay. Oh, this gives us some regiments. What does it mean with expert innovations? I'm not sure. Let me save real quick. Because if it means the higher tier inventions, then that is terrible. If it means something else that I just can't think of right now, then who cares? If I can't even remember it, it must not be that important. Where was it? Right, perfect is the enemy of good. Lose 10 max absolutism, which absolutely sucks, but we'll cope. Give me that. Give me a month tick. Yeah, it turns off tier 3. Okay. I wish I could look in there again and see what the tier 3 inventions were, so I can remind myself if they're good enough to be worth losing. We're at 7 out of 10. Shouldn't that have taken me up to like 9? We were at 7 out of 7 before, now we're at 7 out of 10. Oh well. I think that probably is worth it. Considering all the stuff we can get. And that we don't have to give us some of the other good ones now. Yeah, give me back the siege ability. Oh, why is that not activating? Oh, because I still need capacity. Ah! There's always something. 1 log school. Research the next thing. Province war score cost, that's good. Oh, there we go. We've got it. Siege ability. There we go. Stack a couple more bonuses onto these guys. I think these have got to be the highest modifiers I've ever managed to get onto any units ever. Okay, we're not going to do a big war right now. So I'm going to save. And the stream's going to end in a minute. But before it does, we're going to just declare on Garwood and run some of our stacks into them and watch what happens. Just get an example of what this is going to look like in practice. Okay, so Laurent of course will join in because the whole coalition's going on. Alright, let our regiments tick up to full morale. Let them get into position around Garwood and Laurent's borders. Don't stack up on each other, there's no need to take that much attrition. Okay, 1 more month tick. 1 more month tick and then we go see how busted 45% infantry combat ability is. Can I check? Can I look what Garwood is fielding? Military, army quality comparison, rivals. Right, morale, we've got 0.4 more. Discipline, we've got a fair bit more. Siege ability, we've got better. Defensiveness, professionalism, we've got way better. Addition, that doesn't tell us about the actual unit quality. No? Maybe those army regiments. These are pips that they've got. No. Damn it, we can't see. Okay. We'll just have to see it in action. Humiliate rival. Show me an army. I'll go through your forts if I have to. Show me an army stack. Burn that down. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's only a 12k stack. But it is dying. Okay, that's 50k dudes, and there's 32k over here. Let's see. They have more morale than I do, and that stack is not that much smaller. Alright, we can't be completely outnumbered. These guys up here are getting caught. Oh, damn, even with the modifiers. Yeah. Even with the modifiers, I think maybe our stacks need a few more cannons in the back line. But we are inflicting casualties. Okay, a few seconds of combat. I swear somewhere it tells you how many people have died already. Lost ships? Ah, okay, here, actual casualties. 139k, mostly from me, and 145. Very deadly. That was a handful of battles, and we've both immediately lost enough troops to be equivalent to like 2 full armies. I think I might go back on the losing tier 3 inventions. I think I'm going to roll that one back and keep those. But for what I'm fielding here, and for what they're fielding, and for how much more morale they have than I do, I quite like that first test. A few things will have to be tweaked. I think my actual base military stats are not quite up to par, because we had a lot more discipline before, and a good deal more morale. I think I had a tier 3 discipline thing active maybe, and that's why we lost a bunch of that, which is not great. But 45% combat durability is never not going to be fantastic. Alright, with all that said, let me have a look if there's anyone I know live that I can direct a raid into. Let's have a look. Doesn't look like there's anyone I know. No, unfortunately not. But I see here that there's someone playing Anbennar multiplayer, it looks like. So let's go ahead and direct you over towards them. Raid this guy. Alright, I hope that everybody has enjoyed the stream. I've quite enjoyed playing some more E4 today. I sincerely hope that when I go back and check the VOD, my microphone was not muted for as long as I fear it was muted. But it's entirely possible that it was, and that's so painful. Oh, that is painful. Because that would have been like an hour easily of no audio on my part, which is horrible to think about. Okay, hang on. For some reason, every time I try to do a raid, this bloody thing malfunctions. I don't know what is up with my Twitch interface. I think I need to fix some of the plugins I've got installed. And now also sound is gone. What alert just came up? Oh, Redcom, thank you for following. For some reason that got muted. Come on, Twitch. /raid. Who was I raiding? I've lost the name now. I've lost the name. Lambert is live as well playing E4, so let's just go for that. If it works this time. Please, 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 Twitch, let the raid function. Yes, it's going through, it's ticking. It's doing stuff. It's got the same error again. Alright, I'll figure something out. I need to look that up. I can't do bug fixing live on stream. Well, probably take too long. For now, no raids at the end of the streams. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be probably playing Book of Hours tomorrow and then back to EU4 on Friday. So I shall see you then.